get a load of this crap. It's Kitty Cat Island, 1,000 islands. There's 1,000 islands, and there's none other than I want to be on more than Kitty Cat Island. I'm a pretty lazy person. I'm the type of person, when I first heard about the anti-work movement, my initial reaction wasn't about politics. It was, oh boy, more time for gaming. All through school, I did as little amount of work as possible to get grades that would make me succeed in life and in business. I really don't like exerting effort in the world. Laziness is kind of a weird word because it's highly contextual. Is procrastination on an assignment that's really important to your class and to your learning, to your work, laziness? I mean, it could be. Is being sick and tired at the end of the day and not wanting to do anything because you were supposed to close, but somebody spit gum into the cash register somehow, and you know it was one of your coworkers, but no one's saying anything, and they're blaming the customers, but there's no way the customers could have the angle to be able to spit the gum into the cash register if you spend 2 extra hours untangling the gum from the cash. If after you get home from that, you don't want to spend your time starting a small business, is that lazy? Is that laziness? Self-improvement gurus would say, yes, you are lazy for that. They had a 9-to-5. They worked 50-hour shifts. Despite this, they were able to, say it with me, start a small business. Start a small business. I'm gonna start a small business where I sell you. It's only gonna be a short-lasting business, but I'm gonna make so much money because the people love you. That's the key to individualist self-help ethos is, they did it, so you can do it. Not everyone can do it, but anyone can, which those are very different. Super different and good, actually, that some people get to have success and resources and others just, fuck you. Anyways, I'm getting behind and ahead of myself at the same time somehow. So earlier when I described being lazy, my laziness falls under the, I think, pretty standard definition of not wanting to do shit that is boring and sucks. Maybe that doesn't put me under the sort of traditional definition of laziness, you know, like the stoner bum that's only gaming, not getting off his ass and doing a job. But I mean, there's a lot of people that are super driven and goal oriented and they get shit done. And even if you get just the normal amount of shit done, I'm still below that tier of person in terms of effort, in terms of the amount of effort I want to exert into any given task. That laziness has been the case for almost everything in my life. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm not supposed to rinse it. I don't like that. Whatever. But with some very specific things, the laziness gets set aside. And YouTube is one of those things. Specific things about YouTube, I should say. Because there's stuff, you know, with this job that I don't want to do. When I finish recording and I have a big edit that I need to cut through. Recently, friend of the show, Costanza, put me onto a feature that Premiere has that cuts the whole videos down. But up until that point, I was doing it manually, and that shit sucks. And the same thing goes with writing scripts that I'm not particularly enthralled with. I was posting a video a week, and that was kind of a lot of work. I was also a pretty experienced editor. I spent a lot of time doing freelance visual effects, music videos, freelance random artists. We'd film music videos at gas stations and get wild with it. And even with that experience, with that ability to keep a very efficient workflow, still didn't want to do that shit most of the time. Still put projects off to the last minute. Still put projects off so long to the point where the project was like canceled. That happened a couple times where I just lost clients because I was like, sorry, I'm gaming. You work your cringe 9-to-5. I'll be gaming. These dishes are being washed so that they can go into a storage unit and just wait. They're waiting for me. Oh, please eat off of me. Oh, please fill me up and drink out of me. Oh, that's what they'd be saying for at least 3 months, maybe longer. Look at me going no gloves as well. I'm such a brave, strong boy. Y'all have shamed and canceled me into being a more environmentally conscious dish doer, given the tasks and the things that are assigned the vast majority of the population to do. There is no reason someone would not be lazy after or during that process. If you're not gonna get fired for taking a little longer on the spreadsheet, you know, why not? Why fucking not? Who cares? The spreadsheet is being plugged into a gigantic financial machine that I have no control over, that I have no even understanding of because nobody does. And a boss or a coworker calling you lazy for something like that. I don't know how often that happens because again, I literally just don't live in the real world. But that's freak stuff. It's freak town. If doing YouTube is something you are genuinely interested in and you have an urge to, which I know a lot of you, if you're a child or a young man or a young woman, I know a lot of you want to do that based on that chart everyone always cites. If you want to do YouTube, if that's something you're interested in, there are so many resources out there that you can learn from if you just watch them and like, I don't know, take notes. And if as you're watching, it's like interesting stuff, then that will exponentially raise your chances of this becoming a thing that you can do. But the odds are so teeny tiny, as we know, that exponential doesn't even matter. 0.01 to the 1000th exponent is actually smaller. So don't learn. Surely there's some kind of term like mitigated laziness or selective laziness, where you're lazy with the things that you can be lazy about, but with stuff that you need to not be lazy about if you want to like do YouTube, you sort of pop off and are a rise and grind kind of guy. That's just my experience of it, that like things actually getting done in terms of projects and videos really only happen when there's inspiration involved. If there's not inspiration, the product can tend to not be that great, as is evidenced by many of my recent YouTube videos. I'm not having that much fun. That'll be like the dishes overhead view. All my clean dish heads out there, rise up, grind up, speak up. Tweet me at on twitter.com. Yes, it is my actual Twitter, but I'm keeping it secret. I'm gonna censor out for the video. Get fucked. One of the keys to my quote-unquote success as a creator, while being very lazy, is relentlessly learning how to use the algorithm. My time could be spent reading a bunch of books or actually practicing writing so that the thing that I'm making is better. These are things I want to do, don't get me wrong, but along with working towards those bigger goals, there's so much that you can learn about the algorithm, and it will literally help you so fucking much. And that means your videos do not have to be perfect by any means. They just have to be engaging, and you have to get them in front of people. And I guess interesting topic, like those are the three things: clickable, engaging, and with your own style and personality, so that everyone sticks around, which is what I tell every potential YouTuber. You have to be unique. You have to be a beautiful, perfect snowflake. And it's a little cringe, but it's not wrong. We all feel that sense of impending doom about not knowing what we want to do, not knowing how we want to change the world, but knowing that we want to do something, and knowing that we do want to change it, that we do want to leave a mark, or at least have a funeral that isn't empty. Not so it can be popping, but just so you can have, you know, evidence of good relationships. Not even for the evidence, for the good, you get it, what the fuck. Some of those are more, I don't know if valid is the right word. Some of them are programmed into you that need to be financially successful beyond basic necessities, materialism, striving for objects or whatever. That's you know, American capitalism. The frustration with wanting to try something, wanting to do something, but not being able to follow through, not being able to take something to completion because you just don't know how, or you don't have the time, or you don't see results and you get discouraged. A lot of people sit there and look at their analytics after they upload. I'm talking about like successful YouTubers. We all talk about that obsession and how it sucks, but that obsession develops at the very start, and the majority of people that are obsessed with it at the start don't find success, and then that's it, you know? And that is a very human response to social media and what it does, how it's gamified our minds. It doesn't make you a weird guy or a bad person or untalented at YouTube. It makes you a very normal human that has not operated in the context that makes someone successful at YouTube. For me, that context, that environment, was living at my grandma's, working part-time at Papa John's, spending 0.1 seconds on the school that I was supposed to be doing during then, having the rest of the free time to game, and then spend a tiny bit of time working and learning this random bullshit that we now know as videos. There's a crack in this mug and I just got it. I'm gonna cry and poop. Oh no, it wasn't a crack. It was just a crack-shaped stain. We are literally so back. It is no longer Jover. Hey, I don't think I've covered this topic all that well, but there's surely more stuff I have to say about it. Oh my god. You know, I'm self-reporting a little bit when I'm saying you can be successful by just learning the algorithm and still be lazy. Because if you want to make stuff that's good, like if you want to really care about your craft and have like respect and esteem among your peers, not esteem, but respect, you know, people watch your stuff and they say, wow, this was like a genuinely really good video. I learned a lot. You can't really be lazy if you want to do that. You can be as lazy as you want, but you can't be lazy when you make that video. When you work on that video, you gotta make it good, you know? You can be lazy in between work sessions or take a long time. It doesn't really matter. But in those periods where you're not just chilling, those are the times where you set the lazy aside and you grind. Okay, dishes all done. I'm gonna film one more thing. We can hang out and I'll just go away. Bye. I wanna just lay this out just so that this is a thing. So how we doing it for Thailand, folks? We got one bag. And as they say in the upcoming Bob Marley documentary biopic, one bag, or no, he doesn't say one bag, he says one love. So I say one bag, and then I say, Bob Marley also says, this is one love. We'll see. We'll see, you know? We'll see. We'll see, you know? We'll see. You know, we'll see, you know? Come on, guys, we'll see. Are we gonna see, guys? Clean underwear. New, even. I got a Marshall's gift card for Christmas. I really popped off with the underwear decisions. Mr. wipes his butt. Mr. washes his ass. On an unrelated note, I watched Brokeback Mountain yesterday. Great fucking movie. And I feel like the fact that all I've heard about it is that there's gay in it is a good indicator of society's deeply ingrained homophobia. We love these short socks. YouTube. We're talking about YouTube. We're talking about you and Tube. If I really have much else to say about this topic. Damn, I'm like the Walter White of short gray socks. Damn, I'm kind of like the Ice Spice of if Ice Spice wore short gray socks. The answer to this question, whether or not you can be successful at YouTube if you're lazy, is, as always, depends. Depends on what kind of YouTube you want to do. It depends on what lazy looks like for you. It depends on luck. It depends on inherent skill, and so on and so forth. But to leave it on a positive note, if you want to do it, go for it. We need more creators that have the type of politics that are cool and good. I'm just kidding. We actually don't. This is not a political movement. It's a content demographic. By need, I mean want. I want it because I think it's cool. Because I like it when people make new stuff and shake things up. And if it happens more, I'll say, oh, cool. And also, if you're trying to do YouTube right now and it's going rough or the numbers aren't there, you're having trouble, don't beat yourself up over it. But that's a given. Especially, don't beat yourself up over it if you have a job, if you work a lot. Because so much of the energy in your mind that you really need to be able to do something like this is taken up. That the fact that anyone is able to be successful in that context amazes me, and they're geniuses and goddamn beast mode. Goddamn beasts. Embrace your laziness, but make it selective. Whip it out when you're placed in the machine as a cog, and set it aside while you're trying to become the woke Mr. Beast. Okay, bye.